Jalen is homeschooled and she has a tutor twice a week. And on those days, she needs her ADD meds to help her stay focused. She'd been on the patches a few weeks, and it was a tutoring day, and it was around 9:30. I had her medicine. I went to find her. And normally about this time, a fight ensues, for her to, she does not want to get ready. She doesn't want to brush her hair. She wants to play with the animals. And I found Jalen at the table with her books all spread out. She had made herself a snack. She'd made herself a drink, and she was reading a book, which was astonishing because I had never seen any of those things really, and especially reading the book. She's not a bad reader, but she would never read a book on her own. So I observed her, and the first thing I noticed was that her body wasn't moving like it usually is. She's usually twitching and just constantly moving, and she was perfectly calm. So I decided to forego the meds that day and wait to see if the tutor gave me any input. I figured that would be a good test. When the session was over, he told me that her concentration was great, his words, and that she was very willing to try new things that day. And those things were not normal. So when he came a couple days later, I told him she was not on her meds. I told him about the patches, and he said, I want to do a math test. Prior to that, the best she had ever done was 51 out of 100. That day, she got 100 out of 100. And her speed was greatly increased, according to the tutor. And she's had no meds since then. So in March, we did another assessment, the big assessment, which we had done in January, where she had scored 90, putting her at a kindergarten level. This time she scored 300, putting her at an upper third grade, lower fourth grade level. So just dramatic. All across the board, academics, behaviors, she changed. She doesn't need 24/7 supervision. Shortly after that was spring break here, and I took her to rock climbing camp the whole week, all day long, Monday through Friday. She was there. It was not special needs. It was typical kids. She did great. I can go to bed at night. I just tell her, turn everything off, make sure everything's locked up, and I'll see you in the morning. She goes to bed. We don't have any of that. She's taken responsibility for herself, her chores, her room. She's taken an interest in her appearance, which she had not prior to this. She recently told me I was embarrassing her. So I'm starting to notice more age-appropriate behavior and thought processes. There has been no more combative episodes at all, and we haven't had any seizures in 6 months. Did I mention we had seizures? Yeah, I think I did. She sleeps in. She started sleeping in just like a normal teenager, and I have to wake her up, and it's fantastic. So she's learning things she couldn't learn before. She has started piano lessons and ballet. Prior to patching, she was doing addition, simple addition and subtraction. She is now doing multiplication and fractions. Before, she could never master money. We were always working on that, counting bills, coins, making change. She completely has that now. So she enjoys shopping with her own money and paying the cashier and buying her own things. She even wants to buy her own food and use her own basket. And she's talking about her future, which was a concept that was just foreign before. She's talking about, she brings things up like, when I get a job and move out, she says stuff like that. So it's just amazing how different things are now in this short time. And one more thing I'll share is that she did hug everybody else, strangers and everyone really, but she had never hugged me. She, when I would try to hug her, she'd put her arms down, she'd look away. And just a couple of days ago on Tuesday, she came up to me and she hugged me and she wouldn't let me go. And it was an amazing experience. And I still can't believe all this. And I thank God from the bottom of my heart for all of this. One more thing I will add is we do have friends and family with kids with special needs. And I have 4 families, and one is a family member on the products, and every single kid is having amazing results. 3 of them real life-changing results, just like ours.